Hi, hello. It is I, your local miso. And we're back with Fear and Hunger. Why do I sound more depressed than usual? Just listening to my own voice. So yeah, we're back. Back with another Abella run. I kinda remember what I did in this one. It's only been a month since I've played. I think the 4 people I'm missing, because I've killed mostly everyone, is, Dan? Nakahara, Dan, August, uh, what's his name? What's his stupid name? Forgot his name. Galaga? Something like that. I can go ahead and kill, two people now, and then I guess, I don't know, forgot when he appears. I think it was always on the 3rd day, or the 3rd morning. When, Galaga, you know, not distorts. I mean, it's similar to distortion, but it's not like that. I don't remember what else I've done in this run either, since it's been, well, a month since I played Fear and Hunger on this run in particular. I don't remember if I got all 3 things. I know I never explored the, I don't think I ever explored the... hey buddy. Sorry Dan, I gotta kill you. How many times have I killed this person? Hold your horses. Let's slice and dice. No, so that's something you'd say in a situation like this. You are. I would say the fucking same thing because it's stupid. Sorry, Danny boy, but it just wasn't meant to be. There comes a time where I would like to save these fellas, but unfortunately, it's not the case here. And now that we've killed you, was there? I don't remember. Was there a? There was a death mask here, I think. Yeah, there's a fucking death mask here. Alright, well. Take me to Snarch. I should have gotten a water bottle. I'll be right back, actually. I'm back. Alright. I guess there's still a few things I need, huh? I forgot exactly what I needed. And the salmon snake was one of them. There's another thing I needed. Ah, yes, the other ring. Become essentially immortal, I guess you could say, but not really. Not doing that boss fight anytime, not for sure. Heartless one. Does until my name gets retconned. What have I done here? I got one of the effigies. What was this one? Hunger. Alright. Fuck, put the 9mm bullet inside. Okay, whatever. You know, why am I questioning? Okay, I already forgot how to play most of this game because I haven't played in a while. I believe you stay in your fucking coffin. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. You stay in your goddamn coffin. What was this order? Are you kidding me? Well, I already committed to this, so get me out of here. Is that gun guy still alive? Don't you dare get in the fucking coffin. He is. I did indeed kill him. He's one of my many mixed herbs. And then I gotta get condensed lavender, huh? I have that skill actually. That's a skill I always get. Slow metabolism, melee proficiency. No, I do not. Alright, well, I guess that's the next best thing we're getting. You stay in your goddamn coffin. Oh, come on. You really had to come over here? You really just, you know, you just decided, I want to go patrol over here. Yeah, exactly. Get the hell down there. Did I ever talk to... or not? You know, I don't care what you're doing, alright? It's none of my business. Yeah, you can leave me alone, buddy. I don't remember what. Book of Enlightenment. Crap, I don't remember what books I have. I don't think I look through. I know I have a Fear and Hunger book, so let's just take Books of Enlightenment. End them over. And I guess an Alchemella. Yeah, Pocket Cat. I'll see you around, you old rat bastard. See, did I get any good books? Skin Bible, 15th Century, Domia. Alright, I think I made. Oh, I got all 3 books. Oh, lovely. I guess it was worth it all then. Oh, yeah, I can make a pipe bomb. Why, naturally, of course, I have to make 1 pipe bomb. Why does Calicut know how to make pipe bombs? I have no clue, and I don't intend to ask. Chest is empty. Man, you're just killing me at this point. Well, I've killed Dan, that's for sure. I don't know that would win the compies, you empty hallways. Anyways. Oh yeah, and then I gotta do that. That's what I was missing. Stay in your goddamn... Ah, heroin. Oh, hell yeah. Let's go. What was up here? Always had a routine of just checking everything. There's your rat lady or whatever appears if I go into this room, right? Small key to open it. Yeah, that probably wasn't worth it, to be honest. How many heads do I got? Yeah, I do have a few arms. I do have a few arms, though. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I'm an engineer. That means I solve problems. Problems like you. Alright, hand it over. Your head, I mean. God, to think that randomly a Termina festival can just happen. Just out of nowhere, just, you know, chilling out, and the next thing you know it, wow, fucking Termina festival. That was disgusting. That crap, did I at all. Nah, you dumb creature. Oh, creature. Love that. I mean, I already killed needles. Ah. Yeah, well, that's no good. How about... Any way to cure nausea? There you go. Wow, lovely a goat horn. There's also other mysterious events here. What happened, you know? Since I'm too lazy to like solve the puzzle yet again, because you know I've done this so many times in every single run. Let's try this one. 2, 1. I really this is a bit boring though, you know, cause like, but then again, like I've done this thing so many times, so it's like, you know. All right, let me in. This hellish hole. Have pills, nice. Dragon shell. A lucky coin. 6 shillings. Ah, how lovely. Especially with the screams of the damned inside, and you know, I mean, I have that other helmet as well. Yeah, especially with the lovely screams of the damned getting in my ear, you know. So it's to that door. What the hell are they even doing down here? Nobody over here. Like, I guess this is supposed to be like a Silent Hill-esque place, but even I can get annoyed from him out reaming. And again, I mean, you know. Oh, lovely, a red herb. Don't mind me, just casually unlocking a chest. Wow, lovely, a death mask. I don't want to know what happened here. None of my business, you know? Who am I to question the screams of the damned? Apparently not my place to question. Thankfully I still remember how to do this here. There you go, there's the other effigy. Not a friendly neighbor at all. Yeah, damn Oh, Rare's Dimension. What even is this place? Where even is this place? I mean, I know it's Rare's, but... hell, I mean, where exactly? I believe it is morning of day 2. Think about it. Even the day 1, and only on day 2 can you kill Dan early. In the village. It's all coming back to me now. What is up with this apartment as well? There's quite a lot of things here I ain't understanding, but I don't think I'm meant to understand, really. Can we not have a mob chase after me? Please and thank you. The soul devouring necklace. Oh, beautiful. It's horrible. $4 shillings. This is what I needed. Another white vial. Small key. Another white vial. And I guess after this run, the only one that's left is Dan, huh? A relaxing place. Ah, Sylvian. New God circles. Well, nothing like the God of Fear and Hunger to ease my mind. It's interesting that this thing that forms is the God of Fear and Hunger herself. That is exactly what she looks like. Well, then where did they even get that form to begin with? Yeah, sure. Can I rest on these? What a nice place to just relax, right? All your worries. Some jazz and whatnot. Maybe have Dan over here. Yeah, sure, why not? Pianos, drums. It's a little secret hideout. Plenty of alcohol. Would like it if you could save every single one contestant in here, but you can't. Well, no, I guess technically you can with Abella, but... largely, more heroin. Just what I needed. It largely depends on, I think only Abella can save everyone, which I don't think you're supposed to be able to save everyone. Maybe that canonically some of these characters are gonna die no matter what you do. What's a blue herb as a plant? I guess it's a nice shade of blue, but... yeah, isn't there like a butt ghost in here? It's like the SCP. For real. It's just scary knowing that, like, at any moment, if in the Fear and Hunger world, you know, you could just have a Termina festival happen and you just wouldn't know until, you know, until, you know, it hits you, but it's just something you just can't do. You just can't prevent it, really. The only way to survive is by being the last one standing, I guess. More wine, more vodka, another beer bottle. Well, if I learned anything about Fear and Hunger, is that being an alcoholic is probably the best thing you could ever be. Now look at that heartless angel. I know a thing or two about being an angel. Alright, back here yet again. Back into the fucking screaming place. Screams of the damned, you know? Who do you even put a chainmail dress here? A macabre. This goes up here. Yeah. You're paying screaming. I would get you out, but you know, I don't think I can. You know, it looks like these people took a page out of Chambara, the tormented one. I think that fucking guy is still prevalent to this day, considering you can summon him. I mean, as powerful as he used to be, but still, it doesn't mean I. And what's your name? Yeah, keeper. Yeah, I bought the hardened heart. That is what I wanted. Me when I should like probably, you know, not immediately keep pressing the enter button because you might just do something on accident that you don't want to do. Look at that chainmail dress. Probably look like a damn lunatic running around this place. Hey, don't mind if I raid your shop. I'm sure you don't. I mean, what are you gonna need all this stuff for? It's like the end of the world here. But it kinda isn't. I mean, yeah, I know, it kinda is, huh? Truth under the moonlight. Rare, the moon god. Should I do a stream where I just go around searching for lore in this game? Is that what I should do? I don't know how much people would like me searching for lore, you know? I'm just doing a stream. You go downstairs, did you? Ah, don't worry, buddy. I know what I'm doing. You stay the fuck in that coffin. Cool. This fucking blows. Alright, so what about the Luger? 86 shots is all I need. Yeah, I haven't read one of these books in a while. What is this about? Mahabharata. The sights of Mahabharata. You've seen them too, haven't you? In your dreams, you wandered for one lifetime with the silhouette of the city and the horizon. You've seen the twin towers that rise next to a black night sky. Those macabre obelisks telling tales of some older, more cruel age. You have seen the grand gate with its maddening murals and spirals, patterns beyond understanding. It's not like the sound of wind howling between those hollow streets wasn't enough. You also hear the sound of local residents, even while all comprehension would dictate that this place is long abandoned. You still hear them. You are not alone in this vile part of the world. In your dreams you have seen it, haven't you? The city of Mahabharata, the city of gods. Did you know it exists here? Ah, yes, I've been to the city before. Not in its prime, for sure, but... yeah, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Other than, you know, going into the past, killing 3 new gods, and, you know, all of that. Quite the cruel age, don't you think? I guess we're technically living in a cruel age as of right now, huh? Considering a certain god of fear and hunger decided so. And that's probably, as funny as it sounds, probably the best thing that's happened to humanity. Unless we wouldn't have made it this far. shots in one? Good job, me. I'm one hell of a shot. Hey, kid. This fucking orphanage always makes me want to fall asleep. Oh, you're still alive. Sorry, kid. Yeah, I know these guys are kids. I don't know what the hell they did to you for you to turn into that, but I don't even want to know. Crazy ass fucking priests. Like, is the volume too loud? Feels like it's too... Again, yeah, it's this thing about this game, I swear. Like, sometimes it's not super loud, and the next thing you know, it's blaring in my ears. Like, alright, I dodged. You're stuck. You're stuck. Please, I beg you. Another head to the pile of corpses. Hey, look at here, door stuck. I always do kill a head priest, huh? Yeah, sorry, pal. Gosh, I can't really leave that guy alone, can I? Can't really let a freak like that live. Especially with what he did with these poor ass kids. I mean, I don't even know how the hell you made them turn into these things. These cherubs. Everything really went to hell down here, huh? In this city. You know, after, you know, all that happened, you know. All of, the Termina festival, and, you know, just Moon God Rare. I mean, he's gone. He's not here with us anymore. Perhaps that's for the best. Considering he doesn't really like humanity as much. Can I really blame him, I guess? Of course I can, because naturally I'm part of humanity. And he's someone that did not like me. Or any other humans. In fact, I'm pretty sure out of all the other new or old gods, he's probably the one that least likes humanity. And all that is others that dared gain not sentience, but the same godhood he and his fellow other old gods have. I mean, something that I believe to only be is right and his fellow other old gods. I wonder what he would say to that if he would ever talk to me. Yeah, okay. Damn ghost kids. I won't deal with you. Not the right place I wanted to find. I wanted to go down here. With my luger. Hopefully, little guys can die one shot. Wow, heads. Bills, you lash. Weird. Yeah, that's also another thing I noticed. Maybe it's just a pre-Hevel special, but this is where all the dark priests in pre-Hevel are jacked the hell up. Like, man, get away from me, almost, kid. Like, it ain't my problem, but yeah. Yeah. You died the way you did, but... I ain't saying I don't feel sorry for you, it just... You know, it ain't my problem. I mean, all these kids down here... these some poor kids. I mean, fuck, there's one that probably got tortured, I'm pretty sure, over here. From what it suggests. It's rather cruel and horrible, don't you think? Mushrooms do. I don't know what fucked up experiments they're making here, though. Pollen, shut up. I don't even think you can say they fell at all. Oh, that's a kid skeleton in there, like, what the fuck? What the hell were they doing? Pipe bomb. There you go. Good old bear trap. Might be wondering to yourself, what you need a bear trap for? Well, it's obvious, isn't it? I didn't think I once thought this was a really big map. I mean, it is way bigger than the first game, I would say, but it doesn't feel like it. Yeah, I got both to waste. But look at this. This is what I mean by jacked up. Like, what kind of guy can take? How many shots have I done? That was like 7 shots. This is some jacked up priests. Oh, he's a dead priest. That's for damn sure. Just drink some beer for my troubles. For my troubled mind. Yeah, sure. Hey, buddy. You who came with the offering, ask and thou shalt receive. So just say since you exist, you must have gotten to that... It must have gone to Mahabharata too at some point, huh? 400 years since you're away. It's been 400 years. Between that time, you must have gotten there. What's most interesting is that they don't really talk about you much. At all, really. Don't really have much information on these new gods of this age. Compared to, yeah, everything else. It'd be a lie to say I ain't curious. But what can you do, I guess? Dimension. Why is this place like this? Why is that thing hiding there? What does it all mean? Hey, buddy. I'm here to kill you. How do you beings exist here? Ever so odd, you know? I know you're part of this dimension, but at the same time, it's just odd, you know? Why are you here? Why do you remain in this dimension? What do you even represent exactly? I don't really have much of an answer from you, but it would be a lie to say I ain't curious. What's your relation to Rare? I don't think we ever got an answer as to what even is this dimension, other than it being Rare's dimension. That just exists here. For whatever reason. The goulash in here. Yeah, it's just clay. I assume they're to be clay models of people. Why? What happened to you? What happened to this guy? Yeah, no, if I... The other fellas... The fact that I can sacrifice your head does mean you got a soul. Rontel's head. Yeah, but to people body. Why? That dimension does remind me of the other world quite a lot. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is what it was inspired by. I have those giant golden gates, and it's like, yeah, I wonder like what are those used for as well. Give me your hands. Hey. Yeah, those are your hands. Wow, look at that, a miss. Oh, look at me. Okay, I'm just a lucky individual. Very tired individual, but individual no less. Ah, my nose. I just got the last bite out of me. Why is a school like this? So many questions, yet I don't bother to find an answer for. All I know is that this is just Rare's dimension. That's mainly about it, really, but... Sup, Frogger High versus... Welcome to stream. I just went into a school and killed everyone, you know, as one does in these trying times in Perhevel. Actually, what am I doing? I could go kill a priest. Now, at least what remains of these kids anyways, I mean... Yeah, truth be told, you know, if I were these kids, I wouldn't want to be alive as being whatever the hell this is, you know? All because some priest turned... Well, I assume the priest did something to them. Not even a Saturday night. Don't seem so. I ain't willing to force it open. Book of Fears. I do like me a Book of Fears. Over stuck. The door stuck. Of course it is. Ah, there goes another. I'm telling you, priests do the weirdest shit. Ah, lovely. Tales of Pocket Cat. I mean, how the hell do you turn a kid into a fallen cherub? That's what these things are called, but... Oh, a Book of Enlightenment. Well, that's a rare find. Not like I have 4 of them already, but whatever. Not even that, too. These priests are jacked up, man. Let's see here. Book of Enlightenment. Secret transfer this time. Yeah. A free save. My Fear and Hunger. Let's see. What's a good old buff I can have? I mean, I got plenty of prep pills. Hey, Father Hugo. This guy's a mad hater for another priest. Father Hugo widens his arms to embrace you. You know, I've always wanted to do this because I thought it'd be pretty funny, but whoa, pipe bomb on the priest. Ouch. Got hands. Those got some magic on them. Other Hugo wants to take his clothes off. Yeah, of course you do. Cause you see what I mean? Why are all why are all the damn priests up in this damn place fucking jacked the hell up? Well, that backfired horrendously. Nah. Did you have to take your clothes off? I mean, what was the point of that? Goddamn weird-ass priest. Yeah, it kinda did backfire. Eh, whatever. I didn't think it would kill him. But I still wanted to use it on him because I thought it was just really funny. Well, his head's mine, and now I'm gonna go sacrifice him to some unknown deity, as one does. He's a pretty horrible person. Now, from what I've heard he's done, I mean, Jesus. You just like that? Let's see. Did I pick a pray option? Nah, I did pray. Don't pray to the gods. The old gods have left us, and the new ones are simply nothing more than misfortunate or unfortunate fools who thought they could attain godhood. I gotta stay for a bit longer. Turns out attaining godhood is a lot harder than people would imagined it to be. It turns out it's a trap to sit on that stupid golden throne. And now there's ghost kids. I don't want to fight your ghost kid. Leave me alone. Get out of this damn orphanage. I got what I wanted. Oh, these damn ghost kids in here. I can't even fight ghost kids. Why is it just who built a gas? I never questioned it, but who the hell built a gallows over here? All on hangman platform, what's it doing here? Soulstone. Tusk card show up a tie. Nah. These soul stones, I can use them for to learn new skills. Which is pretty neato. Neato schneato. Hey, don't mind me. Don't mind me, Bobby. Just a girl doing her own thing. Don't you stay in your goddamn coffin. You bitch! Oh my god. Well, I guess I'm here. I'm not dealing with a damn death mask. What year does this take place? I'll explain the Admiral Hangman game they be playing. I believe this takes place in the 1900s, specifically, let's see. Alright, 1942. So, this is probably, because there's also a world war here, except instead of Germany, it's, the Bremen Empire, I believe. This ain't that fun. Oh, that beat. And in this world, religion and whatnot, the gods are very much real. Though all of them have already left us, and the god of nature's dead, so, you know. That's pleasant. There's a mob here. There is. Right now, you might be wondering what the hell happened to the city. Well, one, the Bremen Empire, and two, a very special festival took place here, known as the Termina Festival. You might be wondering what the hell the Termina Festival is. Well, the Termina Festival is a very special festival from the moon god Rare. And it's basically a battle royale, essentially. I want to talk to you, actually. I never get to talk to you. Multiple gods, the god of nature, cook and milk, or did it die off? I think humanity killed it. The old gods that we know of are, let's see, from top to bottom, Gorogoroth, the destroyer of man, Sylvian, the goddess of love, fertility, and lust, Rare, the trickster moon god, the god of the depths, and Veniska, the god of nature. I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna have to kill you. So they're all, what am I gonna... Can I have a moment? You're a dick. Give me your hands. Hand them over. Now I know all of them. Well, I mean, one of them sounds really bad, but they're... I guess the only actively evil, well, the god you could say is Roy, the moon god, as he despises humanity. The industry, I guess. Wait, these guys census mills. Don't starve. Don't starve. Don't starve doesn't have any gods. I guess you could count, maybe. Unless you count whatever the hell the shadow and the moon, or whatever those things are. I don't know if you could call those gods. I guess you could. I mean, they do have what some people would say is, that's how I got mixed up with another game. Let's see. You got qualities to befits of gods, I guess you could say that, but no, I don't want to consider them gods, since they don't outright state them to be. I don't want you guys, leave me alone. So, I'd say the only cruel god out here is there. Never been down here, huh? Ah, what are you doing? I know you what you are. You are a mimic. Because the real Olivia is a crippled, so, you know, it's a bit awkward for you. Anyways, well, other than the god of nature potentially being dead, there's also the god of the depths who also died and got replaced by a little girl that turned into the god of fear and hunger. You know, as one does. What's fun about these gods is they represent pure concepts of things. And I wouldn't necessarily call them evil either. No, hey buddy. Maybe I can just... Nah, lovely. Am I really gonna get my head bit off? Stupid owl cultists. Well, at least you're better than the other two. You know, the wolf cultists, you know, they tend to get into a little bit of cannibalism, while the bunny cultists are, constantly fucking each other, but in the name of Sylvian. Yeesh. That's not my problem. I don't even know if those cults still exist at all. I remember you posted the Ascended and Old God Lores on Discord. Did I? I probably did at some point. It sounds like something I'd do, yeah. The differences between the two. The Ascended Gods are nothing more than fools who ascended the Golden Throne, thinking they would achieve godhood, but that was not the case. And then the old gods are the true rulers of this world, I guess you could say, yeah. And they have much more power than a mere ascended god. Sounds like something you do. Well, you actually post god lore on Discord? Occasionally, I post random lore about video games or whatnot on Discord. Or I talk about the lore of games because I just know so much about it. One of the most interesting games I've played is this one, and I like talking about it a lot because I find it rather fun. Hey, August. That guy's a special guy. His father was one of the 4 people in the first game to enter the dungeons of fear and hunger. And ever since then, his father has made a lineage of people that hunt down monsters, and many of the monsters in the dungeons of fear and hunger are dead because of him. You should play this game, dude. I like it. I'm good at it. Yeah. I am good at these games. I mean, I have like a whole ass routine here in playing this one. And I know I know nearly almost every item and location and what to do and what not to do. Yeah, you nerd. Oh, be done. This guy's annoying. Alright, give me your head. Let me just go sell it to some random ass descended god. Don't know why she needs heads, but I ain't questioning. You stay in your goddamn coffin. There's only one person left to kill. You stay in your fucking coffin as well. I don't want to deal with the death mask because they're too strong. And while I can fight them, I'd rather not waste my resources on them. You stay in your fucking coffin. Is there an achievement or a different ending for collecting heads? No, the collection of heads, it's mainly for, it's for, just getting soul stones. So it's a more reliable way of collecting soul stones, because in the first game, you can only randomly find soul stones to learn new skills, or you find scrolls to learn skills in the dungeons of Fear and Hunger. Leave me alone, Gary. Rusty leather. What a lovely church. Let's do a quick save. Seems like I got so many of these, I can afford it. A lovely Book of Enlightenment. Ed Hunton. Alright, that's why I sometimes say I'm a head salesman. Go closer to enlightenment, my ass. Give me them prep pills. Have you been to a church like that, IRL? I don't think I have. I think I've only ever been to small churches. There's another boss fight that I've done so many times. Hey, Sergil. Just so you know, there are mythical beings like this thing roaming about. Especially in Vinland, also known as America. Which is, Vinland is beyond fucked. Because oh, wow, okay. Oh, wow, okay. You really don't like me. Let's see here. Well, that's why I save for a reason, but... Am I really gonna die from this? No. Thank God for 20 items that make me essentially immortal. I mean, not too immortal, but... Ah, you bastard. I don't want to deal with the likes of you. You're not the one I'm after. Who are you? I see. You're one of those idiots. You should meddle with things you don't understand. Humans truly are the pest of this world. The forces of the moon are whacked up because of you lot. The parasite leeching on the moon. That's why there's so much random shit happening everywhere. Doppelgangers replacing missing folk. Old deities rising up from their graves. Space and time tearing up. The forces are desperately trying to fix the balance because of you knuckleheads. Rancid the Sergil. Fine by me. More challenges for me to behead. I'm off. I don't even bother tainting my blade with the foul blood. Yeah, you lost. Vinland, alternately America, same country, just different problems. Yeah, so the thing about that America, or this alternate world of America, is that it is covered in darkness. The soil over there, can't even plant stuff. The, wacky old deities and whatever the hell's over there. It'd be a surprise if you don't end up as an alcoholic or a drug addict from all of it. There's been a few explorations for it. Like in the year 1500s during Fear and Hunger 1. Just wanna send me a message. One of the characters you can play as Ragnarvolter, who's from, what was it? Hold on, I gotta search it up. Fear and Hunger countries. I think he's from Oldengard, yeah. Oldengard, which is, This is Steve. Let's see, what is Oldengard? What is this country mirroring? Because I know some countries are mirroring different of our own countries. Yeah. Yeah, Oldengard is based on the real world nations of Norway, Denmark, and Sweden. So in 1950, the kingdoms of Norway and Denmark were in a joint union, when the Kingdom of Sweden was an independent state, as it had broken off from the Kalmar Union between blah 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 blah. Oldengard is a representation of the Nordic states in a union similar to the Kalmar Union in the past of real world. What the fuck is this? Okay, buddy. And then there's, I believe, wherever the hell Frehevel is at. I think this is in... Yeah, it's in... Eastern Union? Let's see here. And then we got other countries like Europia, which is... Well... It's Europe. And then the nation of Rondon. Rondon is, I'm pretty sure Rondon is a mix of, the British and, France. Let's see. Yeah. The kingdom is based on France and England, but seemingly joined together. So that's, Kingdom of Rondon, and then there's, the Eastern Sanctuaries, which is, let's see, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. This is the Middle East. The Eastern Sanctuaries are the Middle East, and, well, of course, there's also a, what was it? What's that one city that Jesus Christ was born in? Because there's also someone like Jesus in there. Edo. Yeah, Edo is Japan, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, right left Japan, Edo. Eastern Sanctuary, the Vatican, Valland. What's Valland? Oh, interesting. Jerusalem. Yeah, there's a Jerusalem in this world. Oh, what else is there? The Eastern Union. Yeah, the Eastern Union is a result of a partnership between the Eastern Sanctuaries and the Iranian Republic. This alliance is featured in Fear No True as the primary opposition to the Bremen Empire. The Bremen Empire, that's basically Germany. And then I'd say, yeah, what's this? Varanian simulates the parallel certain aspects of real-life regions from Ukraine and Belarus, where entire settlements were massacred. Oh, interesting. And it's in the situation of country, Europia. Yeah, okay. And then the Bremen Empire, yeah, based on the German Reich. So, somewhat similar to Germany during World War II, including a certain world leader. But instead of that guy, it's a man known as Kaiser. Also known as, he's also a chancellor because, yeah, just like, Germany during World War II. Kaiser is actually someone we know from Fear and Hunger 1. And that's the guy Lagarde. And he's somehow been alive for the last 400 years. I should clip all that and send this over. Like, hey, do you know Miso teaches history? Yeah. I teach alternate history, I guess. I know an abysmal amount of this, of this game and other things, honestly. Crude lantern. Stay in your goddamn coffin. But, yeah, this world mirrors that of our World War 1 and 2. And for some unknown reason, well, not like mirrors everything, but mirrors generally the same. And in this world, for some unknown reason, after the Kaiser went along and, now speaking of Kaiser, should be appearing right here. And this is the tower I have to go to fight a moon god, as one does. Hey, Kaiser, you feel an intense aura emitting from this figure in yellow. You are petrified in fear and awe as this person lays its eyes on you. The pressure feels old, almost ancient. You get a feeling that this person is not just a normal human. You're only 400 years old. Oh yeah, fun fact, this guy, Lagarde, he's basically... So in Fear and Hunger 1, he was part of a little bit of a history lesson on Lagarde, I guess. He was part of a mercenary band known as... let me get his lore real quick. Let's see here. You know, what band was you part of? The one from the Prosperity Knights of the Midnight Sun. And they were a very prominent group in Rondon until Lagarde was getting prophecies about some major event that will happen, and he thought he would be the one to do something. Well, that was true. Turns out it was his kid. Because he had a kid. He had a dream about one of the current old gods of that time, Nilvin, the Endless One, impregnated her, and then had a kid with her somehow. How did that happen? I have no fucking clue. I don't question. Shilly god shenanigans that I don't want to know about. So after that happened, he would then go off with his, the Knights of the Midnight Sun and massacre a village in Oldengard, I believe, from my memory. Because that village in particular was the one that went on a voyage to Vinland and came back with a how do I call it? An object, a band called Knights of the Midnight Sun. Actually sounds like a legit rock band. It really does, doesn't it? But yeah, they found an artifact in Vinland known as the Cube of the Depths, and that is what Lagarde wanted. That is also where Ragnarvalter's from, and that's why he went to the Dungeons of Fear and Hunger, because Ragnarvalter had a family, and Lagarde killed them all for the cursed depth of the Cube of the Depths. So after that, the Knights, Rondon was hunting him down, and they eventually captured him and put him in the Dungeons of Fear and Hunger, where unless you do this unless you find him under 30 minutes, he's canonically dead, and you find his body. He somehow revived himself. I don't know how he revived himself, but yeah. And basically, he's basically like Griffith from Berserk. He also has a what is it? His other captain. What was her name? I'm trying to remember. Darce, who's basically she's basically the not Kahara. What was her name? Berserk. Casca. Casca, if she's a bit like Casca, basically. Yeah, former unit commander of the Band of the Falcon. Yeah, something like that. And she, of course, loves Lagarde a lot, and decided after she found out where Lagarde was imprisoned, decided to go to the Dungeons of Fear and Hunger. So that's why she's there. But at the end of it, he's dead. So his right-hand woman, yeah. See, Lagarde, the enigmatic commander of the mercenary group known as the Knight of the Midnight Sun, had a magnetic presence that drew many followers to his cause. Among his loyal subterraneans was Darce Catalyst, a trusted member of his inner circle. Lagarde's success as a leader was attributed to his prophetic, yeah, I said that right, vision of a unified kingdom achieved without the need for violence. He had a way of connecting with the common people who saw him in a kindred spirit, having come from humble origins themselves. As time passed, Lagarde's deeds and aura led others to view him as the very embodiment of the long-awaited figure from the ancient prophecies. This perception grew to such an extent that even new god Nilvian came to believe that Lagarde held the key to her eternal existence. At an unknown point, Nilvian visited Lagarde in a dream, joining with him in conceiving a child whose significance would later reverberate throughout the world. As the Knights of the Midnight Sun grew in size and influence, their actions caught the attention of the reigning power in the western region, Rondon. Initially, Rondon saw Lagard's army as a potential asset, but as they continued to expand, it became a perceived threat to Rondon's modern reign. That is straight out of Berserk. Yeah, there's a lot of... This game takes a lot of stuff. A lot of, what's it called? What's the word? How am I forgetting words? Not references. Well, I mean, there's a few references, but, like, inspiration from series like that. The guard's personal transformation paralleled the evolution of his army. He became more reclusive, dedicating his time to studying the ancient texts and the occult. His obsession with relics and artifacts eventually led him to invade Oldengard in pursuit of the Cube of the Depths. He was willing to use any means necessary to obtain the relic, even resorting to violence and killing those who stood in his way. This act of aggression provided Rondon with an excuse to turn public opinion against Lagard and justify his imprisonment. Having been captured after the defeat of the Knight of the Midnight Sun, Lagard was thrown into the dungeons of fear and hunger, where he suffered unspeakable tortures at the hand of torturer. Eventually, Captain Rudimir removed him from torturer's reach, following a request from High Priest Selene, and had transferred him to the lower levels. After months of his imprisonment, 4 adventurers would delve into the dungeons in search of him, each driven by their distinct motive and objective. That is straight inspired by, that's the word. But, yeah. So, while there were prophecies and whatnot for him to be a greater part of things, that wasn't necessarily true to a certain extent. It was his kid that was really the catalyst. That was the person that would save humanity, turning into the god of fear and hunger, because all she knew was fear and hunger. And the way for her to turn into that god was one, her being born between Lagard, a prophesized guy who, weirdly enough, doesn't have a soul. Or, well, not really have a soul per se, but Lagard's soul. Fear and hunger, because he has a very interesting soul. Let's see here. No, this is. Where is it? Or does it tell me where, like, his soul? Yeah, find his damn soul. Yeah, Lagard has no soul. Yeah, it's soul type. Did you try taking Lagard's soul? Yeah, that's the answer. You gotta get a soul from her because his soul only blocks to be. Okay. That's kind of odd. Yeah, he didn't really have a soul. Because that's what the game said. And then, you know, his kid, and then Nilvin, the Endless One, a new god, and then she gave birth to a special child whose soul was described to be as ancient. And throughout the events of Fear and Hunger, you will find hearts that are from the god of the depths that you can slash, and once you slashed, like, what? I think there was like 4 hearts, 3 or 4 hearts. You would then be able to enter the dead god's mouth, because of course, the god of the depths, if you go deep enough into the dungeons, you will find his physical manifestation. So, you know, that's fun, seeing a dead old deity, or soon-to-be dead old deity, I don't know, depends on where you are at the game. And you would take the child into the god of the depths' mouth, go through a giant maze filled with all sorts of enemies and deadly traps. At the end of it, you would find yourself on a giant pile of human hydras. If you're wondering what a human hydra is, to simplify that, it's basically what happens when you do a certain ritual known as a marriage, which comes from Sylvian, but you do it in a group, a giant orgy of people, and there's that. And as you approach the darkness, there's two things that could happen. Either one, you have the little girl in your party who will then start to transform into the god of the or the new god of the depths, which will now be known as the god of fear and hunger, which is canon. Or you see the old traces of Gorogoroth, the destroyer of man, and if you somehow manage to last long enough, he'll ask you what you're doing down there, and you can ask him questions. One of the most questions I find interesting is, well, not really a question, but more so he asks you if you want to see the true form of what Gorogoroth looks like, because the gods you see in the Dungeons of Fear and Hunger are nothing more than traces. Basically a fart. And while you can fight them, you'll never really win. Say, for example, like in the Green Hue, you'll find the old god Sylvie in love and fertility, and she doesn't kill you. You know, if you somehow win the battle, she'll just leave you alone and be sad. Can't be said the same for Gorogoroth because you delve too deep. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's literally the end of that interaction, is him showing you the true form of what the real Gorogoroth looks like, but once you look at him, your mind instantly collapses because your mind just can't handle that information. Yeah, it's... I think the prophecies and whatnot were about the little girl, because that's how everything came to be. It was very important for her to turn into the god of fear and hunger, to become an ascended god. Did I say ascended gods? It was the new gods that were fools, cause, blah blah blah. That was just a trap. Ascended gods are the only gods that can actually rival that of old gods, and that's what she became. Becoming the god of fear and hunger and bringing the cruel age, which made humanity less reliant on the old gods and more reliant on themselves. Hence why now, in Fear and Hunger 2, which mirrors our world, and how there isn't much occultism and whatnot. I mean, there is a fair bit of occultism and whatnot and magic, but it's not as widely known as it used to be in the 1500s. So, it was, even though she's called the god of fear and hunger, which sounds horrible, she was probably the most merciful god compared to, what was his name? Allmere, who's Jesus Christ, and I'm pretty sure from my memory, his stuff is that he more so reinforced the idea of old gods and for him to be worshipped. Don't really know what happened to because I have a theory that whatever the hell after just like how Jesus Christ got nailed on the cross, pretty sure something very similar happened to him. Let me just check here. Allmere. Fear and hunger. Yeah. There's also many different stories about him, told throughout history. Generally agreed that he was once a human mortal who hailed from the city of Jerusalem, capital of the Eastern Sanctuaries, and the most prevalent version of Allmere's story. It is said that he was born to a virgin mother using the seed from a false god. Another notable, albeit less common, version of Allmere's story claims that he was personally created by the deity Vitruvia. Vitruvia, who designed humans for the older god Sylvian to create, was dissatisfied with the imperfections she saw in mankind. Motivated by her frustration, she decided to create a perfect human being who ultimately became known as Allmere. Enki Enkarian, another author of the Skin Bible about Allmere, believed that the truth of Allmere's birth lay somewhere between these stories. Regardless of what his true origins may be, historians agree that Allmere was a real person who lived around the start of the modern calendar system. So yeah, Allmere became known throughout the world for his teachings, which challenged the authority of new gods who ruled as kings and sultans during his time. His sermons united people from diverse religions and ideological backgrounds under a single umbrella. 12 of all Allmere's closest companions who became known to be as his apostles cited or aided him in his goal of bringing back the old world order. Even before his ascension to godhood, Almir is said to have been of an undeniable godlike posture. The power of the time retaliated against Almir's movement, and he was eventually captured and sentenced to a humiliating death via crucifixion. However, this only turned him into a martyr and facilitated the spread of his teachings amongst the people. It is said that Almir endured pushed him over the edge to ascension. During this process, he lost all of his bodily hair after his ascension. I'm saying these words right. I can't even talk. Lamau. He spent 3 days and 3 nights in Mahabre before returning to walk among men. Alongside 11 of his apostles, Almir would exact vengeance on all those who wronged him, totally dismantling the worship of new gods. These legendary events and the ensuing bloodbath solidified Almir as a symbol of hope and dominations for millennia to come. Now, what's interesting about this, because there is some lore of Almir in here, is that you can find basically, what's his name? What's the one that betrayed Almir? Or Jesus Christ, Cain? Because you can find that guy in here, and he's a goat. Like, literally, he's literally a goat. Judas, yeah. I think there's a Judas here in Fear and Hunger. But, no, yeah, Black Kevlav. Kalev. Need a bumper to buzz, it's funny. Yeah, Black Kalev. You can find if you Man in Black, yeah. It's interesting because he talks about the ascension of Almir in that when Almir ascended, his apostles cried. Not in a, maybe that's just me, but not in a happy way, but in a, oh God, what have we done? Cain was Adam and Eve's son who, yeah, it's Cain. There might have been a Cain in here as well, maybe. And, yeah, because it's kind of weird, because Almir has the same beliefs as Jesus would, but the difference between him and Jesus is that Jesus never took revenge against those who wronged him, but Almir did. So he's a way more violent Jesus. And a lot of his rituals, for example, crucifixion, is very opposite to what his beliefs state. And in one of the endings of Fear and Hunger 2 Termina is you meeting the Sulfur God, who I think is part of Almir, basically the devil from the Bible. But I don't think Almir ascended. Or maybe he did ascend, because I know he casted all of his humanity, I think, which burnt in the sulfur pits, which then, you know, the sulfur god came to be. Isn't that fun? And also, you will eventually learn that in this game, the moon god, has already left, and he's being controlled by a sulfur cultist. In fact, there's a lot of sulfur cultists in this game. Whether that's Stitches or Needles or the janitor you first meet. And how Pericles, the one who's doing the Termina festivals, even tells you outright, hey, these festivals are for, you know, or at least a part of it is for the recruit new members. And not only that, but the Sulfur God is, I think, might be behind all of this. Because, again, where the Moon God left. He was the last of the old gods to leave, actually. He was still around during the events of Fear and Hunger 1. In fact, he was the only one trying to prevent the little girl from ascending because he doesn't want that to happen. I honestly also think Almir might be the, there's two things Almir could be. Either A, he was the one who replaced Amun, who was another old god, I think. There might be an old god. I don't really know, truth be told. Or he replaced Gorogoroth because Almir when you're learning his spells, it's all blood magic and whatnot. And that's the same for Gorogoroth. Gorogoroth's gift to man was blood magic as well. So just like how the god of fear and hunger replaced the god of the depths, I think Almir might have replaced Gorogoroth. And yeah, it's like a lot of lore to unpack. Hey, Lagarde. Kazar. Do you even know where this bullet has your name written on it? You're one of my officials. Pavel Yudin. You were recruited from Vorania during the First Great War. That must mean I'm responsible for demolishing the village you were born in, and your family and relatives. I sincerely hope this is not an act of vengeance. That would mean you've wasted all your life in spite, waiting for this opportunity. It's not wasted if I get my revenge here. Hell, I'd even do this if it just meant there's no one else has to go through the same. And don't even try to give me any of that "it's for the greater good" bullshit. You're stepping on people without regret just to pursue your own endeavors. I do not do anything for the greater good. The greater scheme of things is a trap humanity has fallen for too many times. What I've done is a necessary step for the mankind. I said I don't want that bullshit. I don't really know how Lagarde survived, though, or whether or not he turned into an ascended god. It looks quite similar to the ending, where if you, under 30 minutes, take Lagarde to the city of Mahab. Sorry, Pav, I gotta kill you. Tons of lore, though some of it was inspired by other media. Yeah. Alright, give me your head. I still think it's interesting, nonetheless. Alright, now I gotta go kill August. And others. And then I'd be able to get the ending for this. For Abella, because each and every character has an ending. Where they do their own thing because they survive the events of Termina. Now all I gotta do is kill 2 more people, and that's it. Where the hell even am I? I guess I can collect the resources here. There's tons of other lore too, and I'm pretty sure there are other old gods that just haven't been said. Or we just haven't learned enough about. Like, the god of the depths is the only... We don't even know much about him other than that he was... what's it called? He was worshipped by those who have been forgotten. So, like, insects and bugs, for example, are one of his most prevalent aspects of the god of the depths. Each and every one of these new gods, they represent ideas, and they embody it in, well, they can't embody it in physical form like Gorogoroth's traces and whatnot. Truth be told, they're very pure. They're not exactly evil beings or what, you know, what you think of like the Greek gods who are more human than any other gods. Well, I guess there's some other religions, but I feel like when you think of human gods, you think of Greek gods. And it's very interesting. Unlock the gates. I guess like another like example of like gods that would embody stuff would be the chaos gods. So while they also embody horrible things, they also embody other ideas. All these heads. Yeah, what was it? On a locked tomb that supposedly reveal the origins of more gods. What is this inscription? It's just TLC. Eh. You know, there's supposed to be another update for this game. To a new area and to play, I think, new playable characters. And then there's gonna be Fear and Hunger 3. Can you believe it? Fear and Hunger 3 is gonna be mentioning or having inspiration from fucking Twilight out of everything. I'm letting the guy of the creator of this game cook, honestly. I don't know how. It's funny to think about, but I'm gonna sleep. Rest yeah, then I just gotta skip a few days. Yeah. Oh, I already killed him? Oh, I just need to kill... Alright. Killed August. We'll go back to the tower. Two of you still remain. How may I help you? Well, first... I'll need that. I need... Yeah, these three. I don't need poison tip. You get greater cultism for more stuff. Red arc. Ah, yeah, here's this game's skill system. God of Mine, Gothic stuff, listen around there, Spec Twilight, Vampire Movie, novels by 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah. Yeah, that one, I don't know how that's gonna, I don't know how he's gonna put stuff in there, but, or whatever he's doing there, but, you know, I believe in him. Here's the skill system. You know, so these up here, these are the old gods. And you can unlock their skills by doing certain things that will gain affinity with them. Which is mainly making, you know, sigils and whatnot into the ground for ritual circles. As you can see here, I have the God of Fear and Hunger maxed out. Also, they all have their own symbols here as well. Alchemical symbols as well, which is most interesting. So here's the God of Fear and Hunger. Here's Almir. Here's Aurora, the Moon God. Here's Sylvian, and here's Viniska and Gorogoroth. And then the rest of these are souls that I stole from the contestants that I killed. I don't want to learn. Yeah, might as well use the dance makare. Nah, let's not learn that. Period the trauma. That's quite a skill to learn. I keep forgetting this is a skill. Yeah, this might sound weird, but to gain affinity with Sylvian or Gorogoroth, you gotta find not only a... You gotta make you know, with one of the ritual circles, their symbol, but you could then, instead of sacrificing a teammate, you could do a blood sacrifice, which you spill your blood to gain affinity, or if with Sylvian, you can do that instead. It's a bit much, but whatever. Yeah, I'll learn lockpicking. You never not have lockpicking. And there's Pericles, and there's the Moon God right behind him. I think I just gotta sleep for 2 days. Oh, it's already night, so I can sleep again. So it was... Okay. Let's sleep again, rest for a bit. We're gonna go kill August. Ah, you know what? I completely forgot to... hold on. someone. I probably should have gotten blood golem, huh? Do I even have an? I don't even have anything for that, do I? No. I mean, it'd be nice if I had it, but... Oh well, whatever. Sorry, I was doing something. Let's save the game. I don't know how this is gonna go out, but... whatever. Oh, it's only day 2? Serious? Damn, I really did do all of that in days, huh? I guess we can go get circles and learn necromancy and stuff. I think it was on day 2 where I could talk to Eric, go find, There's no tell me there's a fucking thing here. I'm just gonna regain my stamina. Well, in day 1, didn't you just sleep twice? Yeah. I forgot, I just killed all the contestants in like 1 day. Well, other than August, I need to kill August. Which can only appear on either day 2, start of it, or day 3, where you can find them in the forest, and I gotta go find them. I gotta go find them, and then do my thing. But I would like to make some ritual circles real quick. I killed, like, mostly, if not everyone in this fucking city. So, you know. Everyone in this city's dead. Because of me. There's the goat. Black Kevlar. It's not really that useful as a party member, truth be told. Did I ever make a symbol down here? I did not. Oh yeah, there's certain ritual circles that can only take certain gods. So these ones right here can only take the old gods. So this is Dragorogoroth. Ah, wait, that's rare. Well, I guess I can go ahead and just... I'll talk to Black Kevlar. Where are you, Judas man? Here you go. Another one heeds my call. Just remember that you came to me, not the vice versa. Tell me, oh naive one, do you believe in the pitch black darkness? Live hidden for darkness. I believe in a thing called love. Ah, but it is how it is always meant to be. Good on one hand and the evil on the other. Good can come from bad places, just as bad can come from the good. A constant struggle, a game even. That is how it is meant to be. That is how it was. A man listened to his spirit, and you could tarnish that spirit so easily. But it wasn't to last. Then people started to worship a new god, the god called the science. Suddenly everything needed to be calculated before putting into consideration. There is no good or evil behind the scope. Maybe my time has come to lend a sword once again. We'll aid you in your quest. See you soon. There you go. Be around, Judas. Yeah, if you're wondering what the hell that world was, that's Rare's realm. I don't know what it is either, to be exact, but it's more like the Silent Hill, series. I hate Black Kevlar. Alright, I got a goat in our party, I guess. Yeah, there's also other things I can explore. I just need more soul stones. The other world. Yeah, it's basically the other world. Stay in your fucking coffin. It's basically the other world. I don't know where it's located though. Oh yeah, and also in Termina, there's another. I guess we never got details as to what he was or what she was, other than she might be another new ascended god being formed, known as the Logic or the Machine God, which is trying to replicate the green hue. Which the green hue is where all the old gods came from. They were born there, and that thing is trying to replicate it. There's three worlds in Silent Hill: the real world, the fog, and the nightmare world. Yeah, it's basically the nightmare world. And that artificial green hue will be known as, well, something that you and I use every day, and everyone else. It's the internet! Yeah, well, I mean, I guess close enough to the internet, huh? Other places have I not used. I might as well learn other stuff. I think I gotta change it up sometimes, you know? I guess I could just go through here instead. Doesn't really matter if those two are in here still. Oh, never mind, I already took their heads. I'm looking for poisonous herbs. Nothing but headless corpses everywhere. It should come out of your damn thing. You know what I could do, honestly? You not follow me to this certain point? Lamau. Oh boy, another free head for me. Don't you love it? That's a trophy, it's crazy to say. I believe I already have every, I do you. Yeah, I did do you already. And then, I did do another rare here. So I must have nothing but rare symbols everywhere, I guess. Damn it, then I gotta go find August somewhere. Oh, there he is. Gotta find this guy, the only other guy that knows what the hell's happening here. You have airtrophophobia? Are you kidding me? Alright. Actually, I could go through the church. Go back to that one place, but then I have to deal with the mob, and I don't want to deal with the mob, and the mob's stinky as hell to deal with, and I guess I'm gonna go deal with them anyways, and just kill them all, because right now I am OP as hell. And I guess I can just, I guess I can go through here, sure. Hello, Gary the Snail. You, leave me alone. Thank you. And then the Pillar Man. Should be a Pillar Man over here. Hey, buddy. Alright, which one of you? It's right there. Stop breathing. Ah, I can't even take his head. I was about to take his head, but I remember, yeah, their head's too fucking big. Too tough to take. Let's see. What else? Yeah, I gotta go all the way over there in order to kill August. Good old Pat August. You stay in those fucking coffins. Stay in the goddamn coffin. I don't need you coming out of there. So much to do, so little to time to spend. You gotta go all the way through here. Hey, priest, I don't want to fight you because turns out you guys know black smog, which will blind me, and now I'm blinded for the rest of the playthrough, and it's basically impossible to play the game. Job. Get out of here, nerd. I don't know how the hell that thing sewed you up, but I don't want to know. I don't even know how the hell you're still alive. I think you're alive anyways, huh? Can't really tell, truth be told. Yeah, you're in pain, shut it. Just out of curiosity, what can I craft? Another 2 murky vials. Oh yeah, I was also searching for that as well, huh? Not cheap. I can make another pipe bomb. Well. And I need poison hemlock. Actually, do you sell anything? So I could just go ahead and just... Hey, poison hemlock on you. No, you don't. Stay in your coffin. Do I have to wait for you on day 3, really? Oh, there you are. Hey, August. You're right, that is only what you need. Wait, if the god of nature died, then how are the plants and herbs? Well, you see, that's the thing. While it is true that when an old god dies, they don't necessarily die. Their presence is still felt. So while the god of fear and hunger has taken over the god of the depths, his presence is still felt and is still here in the form of insects and whatnot. And while the god of nature is dead, its presence is still very much here, alive. Until another ascended human takes his place, or, you know. Which might be the god of, the machine god. that might be the one that takes over the god of nature's thing. I've seen people say the god of nature might be taking Sylvians or Gorogoroths, but I don't think so. I firmly believe that the god of nature, the god of the logic, whatever, yeah, his name. The god of logic, the machine god, blah blah blah, will be the one taking over the god of nature's place. You can even see it in the symbols, like in the god of fear and hunger symbol. It still has the symbol of the god of the depths. So I could probably bring on screen. God of the depths sigil. Where's your sigil? I know that's god of hunger, but yeah, it's an R. I wonder, can I show this on screen? How would I go about placing one of these in here? I probably have to download it and then show it off. That's kind of annoying. Well, all you have to know is that it's an R, and what does this represent? But yeah, there's also other things too, like the beekeeper enemy, which is in this game. Those beekeeper things, they're one of many presence of the god of the depths. So while he is indeed dead, technically his presence is still here with us. The same with the god of nature. Truth be told, the old gods never really die. They just there until something else takes its place, I guess. It's very interesting. You can't kill a god, but you can change the aspects and nature of said gods, you know? Because, you know, at the end of the day, they are ideas and, you know, aspects of things manifested physically. And just like an idea, they can be changed, and that is what happened to probably most of them. Like the god of fear, the god of the depths, and the god of nature. It's very interesting. Still very interesting. They're not technically... Well, they're dead, but they're not technically dead at the same time. It's odd. Makes you wonder. This makes me wonder whether or not the god of fear... I mean, the god of fear and hunger probably has the god of the depths inside her. Because, you know, one person... It's a lot to take in, I guess. A lot to think about. Truth be told. I guess I could take these dark blue roots. Yeah, I can take the roots now. Oh yeah, poison hemlock, my favorite. I just need one of these. I'm gonna make the rest of these into that. I guess I can make more better healing too while I'm at it. Oh yeah, you're a little prick. You don't always like being in the party. The ice cream. Dark blue root. Oh, lovely. Well, there should be enough to fight the funny moon god. You know, because that's just what I do. A tiny little frog fighting gods. Let's go. in hand. And then I guess I'll end stream there, and then we'll do a Dan run later. Cause that's the last character I need for an ending. Cause I've done almost every character other than this one in Dan's. All these characters got lore too, by the way. Of course, like Abella is part of a secret resistance to that formed during World War I and World War II, in order to stop the madness that's happening. Olivia, her lore, she has a sister that's part of that resistance, and her sister is the one that turns into the god of, into the logic, or the machine god. Which, you know, gotta be one hell of a sibling, you know? And one of your siblings ascending to godhood, becoming the green hue, where the old gods manifested from. I mean, you know, personally, if I was her sibling, yeah, I wouldn't want that for my little sibling, but, you know, it's whatever. No, I mean, fuck, becoming a god, that's gotta suck. It doesn't sound very appealing to someone like me. I prefer my mortality, truth be told. Frog vs. God, the second plague revolts. Indeed. Let's go fight him. And then I should be able to get my ending. Well, there is character's ending. I guess I'm just going with what I got here. Oh, you are so annoying. Come over here, priest. If you're wondering what happened to some of these people, they got moon scorched by Rare, because Burr has this funny moon cancer thing that scorches you. That turns your, let's see, I might as well get the wiki to describe it. Moon scorch, also known as the moonlight cancer, is a cruel and bizarre condition that the moon god Rare can inflict upon humans in the universe of fear and hunger. The affliction is used as a form of punishment for one's refusal to participate in the festival of Termina and for not dispatching one fellow contestants quickly enough. Over the course of Fear and Hunger 2 Termina, the player character will have to deal with a variety of moon-scorched beings, likely including some of their fellow contestants. A moon tan. Moonscorch has presumably been a known illness among humanity ever since its inception, being already documented in the 9th century under the name of moonlight cancer. Typically, people afflicted with the condition display the following physical symptoms: severe discolored burns, dry cracking skin, unnatural growths, and scarring. As the condition progresses, it leads to severe warping of the body, often with one's facial features becoming scratched or stretched and contorted. While most moon-scorched beings are just ordinary humans with a deformed appearance of varying degrees of insanity, some of them noticeably monstrous or even animalistic in their appearance and pose, possess supernatural abilities as a consequence of their transformation. These abilities can range from superhuman strength to spell casting, so that's fun. Moonscorch causes severe psychological abnormalities as well. Many victims become completely incapable of conversation and are only able to communicate threats or incomprehensible ramblings. A large number of victims become aggressive to the point that they attack others' sight. Victims often experience delusional parasitosis, the belief that something is crawling under one's skin, which contributes to their aggression and frequently leads them to scratch off portions of their own skin. Several moonscorched beings retain some of their prior alliances and knowledge of who they were once. In rare cases such as the gentleman and his butler, Jeeves, they can engage in conversation as normal, although the former is still prone to become aggressive if the player upsets them. And this entire city is covered in moonscorched people, so I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. You get to listen to this jazz music, ain't that fun? I'm back. You know, the music playing while you're reading all that, this is like a scene from a detective noir show. Yeah, show. Yeah. The suspect scorched the victim by using the moon. In fact, turns out the suspect was fucking moon. And I probably would be probably be an occultist in this world, truth be told. Yes, of course I would be. You know, trying to explore the world and see why it's all fucked up, only to find out, I mean, there's one reason as to why, but... I'd probably be somewhat like Inky. One of the characters from Fear and Hunger 1, who does, his ending is canon, where he does indeed go ascend on the Golden Throne, only to bring himself back because he talked to the 4th member of the Fellowmanship, who are the current old gods of that era. Because the Fellowmanship were just one of many people who became old gods. It was after Almir died, I believe. Well, if they knew he died, I don't really remember. It was only afterwards that the 4 Fellowmanship decided to travel to the dungeons of Fear and Hunger 2, I think. Or, specifically the Mahabre. And just like what our characters had to go through, they too had to defeat the trials of the dungeons and defeat the old god of that time. One of the old gods we know of that time was not Nosaramus, but Nasora, the terror of man, who was the previous god of enlightenment, which now was replaced by Voltaire, one of the Fellowmanship. And out of all 4 of them, one of them was forgotten by history, or is not well known, which was Nosaramus, because he saw the grander scheme of things, or realized, hey, becoming a new god is not the answer. So instead of ascending with his fellow friends, he decided to stay back, learn how to become immortal, which he succeeded, and now he spends his days in the dungeons of Fear and Hunger, learning. Along with Enki,
Because Enki, in his ending, you have to go talk to Nasaramis, go fight Voltaire, the god of enlightenment, and the other gods in order to, your new gods, to enter the temple. You go back to Nasaramis, or no, you go into the present, you talk to Voltaire who hung himself, and he tells you, hey, this is not the answer we were looking for, do not ascend. You go back to Nasaramis, talk to him, Voltaire, my good old friend, that guy, I'm surprised he admitted he was wrong. Hey, you know, if you want the answers to things, take this talisman, and when you ascend on that golden throne, make sure you equip that and meet your new god self and decide whether or not it is worth ascending or not. In which case, Enki, who fought his new god self, realized, nah, this shit ain't worth it, and then he left. And then, just like Nasaramis, he too found the answer to immortality and now spends his days writing the skin Bibles that I have. And more about the world. I don't know if I'll ever see him again, though. He is mentioned in Fear and Hunger, too. His books, these skin Bibles you see here, are all written by Enki. Oh, there you go. It actually even says it here. Where's it? Not you. A strong occult book written in the medieval times by Enki and Carian. The chapter explains the older god Gorogoroth. Let me just save real quick, though. Just leave on the top bunk again. There, everyone's dead. We'll go back to the tower. One of you still remain. Oh my, yeah, me. I'm the one that fucking remains. I guess this would be nice to have. Again, it's access to the golden gates. Access to summon meteorites now. This shit ain't worth it. That's something I wish I heard more in media. Yeah. Because again, he realized it was not worth ascending. That was not the answer. And then he found out the grander scheme of things. Hey, Black Kevlar. Let's get out of here. Let's go. Yeah, here's some of the books here. I guess we can read some of them. I think I have all of them. There, most of them. No, I actually do have all of them. We got Sylvian. Yeah. Sylvian, the goddess of love, lust, and creation. She created man and woman at the dawn of time. From the very first moment, she loved her children dearly. Over time, her love blossomed into a more obsessive form, and she would take a more hands-on approach in controlling the direction her children took in life, always having their best interest in mind, of course. Once she realized her children would never return the same amount of affection back to her, her love took a more twisted form. Sylvian forced mankind more to her liking and closer to her own image with her gift to humans, the love magic, otherwise known as the flower magic. For a brief moment in history, mankind fell into a craze of fleshy delights, as a signetized mass sea of naked people in the middle of a coitus would pulsate and waste their days. Sylvian is often associated with Grogoroth, the god of destruction, and their offspring, Viniska, the god of nature. The mark of Sylvian raises the otherworldly protection of its wielder. Ah, I forgot to carve into my face. Hold on, let me do that real quick. Give me fear and hunger. To increase my speed, I must carve my face, because that makes sense. That's Sylvian. Here's Viniska. The cycle of destruction and creation is seen in its purest form in nature. Thus it comes as no surprise that the very god of nature, Viniska, is an offspring of the two older gods, Grogoroth and Sylvian. Like the nature of mankind, the nature of Viniska too can change from a fiery, raging volcano to serene grasslands where a gentle wind lulls one to sleep. The similarities between the nature and mankind are fitting, as both grew up sucking the many blossoms of Sylvian after all. Both were born from the same loins. Viniska and the representation of humanity, all mere the ascendant one, are considered equal. Neither of the two stand taller. What is Venisca's is for the men to reap, just as nature reaps our old and weary. The mark of Venisca raises the otherworldly offense of its wielder. The texts include the sigil of the Venisca and instructions on how to use it. Oh, the sigil of Venisca. Yeah. Oh, I guess you could say technically the Abel and Cain of this world is humanity and Venisca, when you think about it that way, and how humanity killed Venisca, their own brother. Now, more parallels to the fucking Bible. Don't you love it? I didn't realize that until now. I need more water if I'm gonna read more of these, because my god, there's a lot of reading in this game. Hilarious that the next book on the list to read is... Ah, never mind, it's The God of Fear and Hunger. I thought it was from... The God of Fear and Hunger. The God of Fear and Hunger. There are popular texts that tell stories of a false god and a chosen human joining together in the darkest and wettest of dreams. The forgotten, long dormant god of the depths perished that night. You remember that game, Anthem? That sounds familiar. I don't know if what I'm looking at is the right one. It looks like an FPS. Anthem, 4 years later. Just in 2019. God, that was a long time ago. Yeah, what about it? Recently viewed games. What even was this game about? That's interesting. Another dead game, I guess. What is this? There's a lot of reading in that game too. Sucked was it was an online-only game, so when I say and read the lore, it sent me back to the main theme for being idle for too long. That sucks. There's a drawing of the little girl too. Only an older god never. Oh, here you go. It's dead, alright. Cold as a hag and dies. Well, here you go. Here's some information about what happens to a dead god, I guess. Only an older god never truly perishes. Instead, the god of fear and hunger planted its roots and started to grow her influence on the surface world. The scheming false deity had hoped her daughter would be the light of mankind, only true darkness does not breed light. The god of fear and hunger was a pure child, a blank-stained birth in the darkest pits of human creation. That is where she grew, that is all she knew. She was the pure representation of fear and hunger, not spoiled by even a glimmer of hope. Mankind had seen its share of stagnation and suffering up to that point. To rise from those perilous pits, growing pains were necessary. Progress comes at a price. Fear motivated people, while hunger kept them moving forward. People cherished their hardship and drew inspiration from it. They learned from it. What followed was advancement the mankind had not seen since the forgotten ages. The dark fumes that rise from the pipes of modern cities are direct consequences of this era, an era that came to be known as the Cruel Age. The mark of fear and hunger raises the agility of its wielder. The text includes... Okay. That's a bit about fear and hunger. And what's the next one? Solomir. As you can see, though the god of the depths is dead, he still lingers in some areas, in some aspects like insects. an old god never dies, truly, but they become something new, I guess. It's just like an idea. You can never kill an idea, but you can always change it. And, well, no god themselves represent ideas and concepts made manifest again. Which I always found interesting. And, you know, this game has really changed my view on religion and how gods are viewed. Because, you know, most gods in religion are just concepts made into manifestation by humanity itself. I think the purest gods that we have are the Greek gods, as they represent most of humanity very well. In fact, I think the Greek gods are the most human. Almir. See, this is interesting, because, okay, Almir is depicted in two ways. Either this way, where he had hair, or as a bald-headed guy. And some of those gods overlap on each other if you look closely. Yeah. You know, that's one reason why I could never believe in religion. Too many of the same story over and over again. And even if there's minor differences, like there being another god or multiple gods or just one god, it's just, I just can't believe in religion at all. Now, do I think it's wrong to believe in or worship? I don't think it's bad. I feel like there are certain aspects of religion that do make it bad. So I feel like most wars are caused by religion. But if you believe in God or whatever, I don't really care. Whatever makes you sleep better at night, right? Personally, I believe, you know, the day I die, I'm just gonna be gone. And, yeah, and the thought of it's very scary, you know, but I mean, what is there to be scared of when I'm dead, you know? I ain't gonna be thinking at that point. And even if there is a heaven, I don't know if I would come to accept it. Because, I don't know, I feel like whatever heaven is out there, or whatever, just being stuck there for, fuck, God knows how long, right? And just existing, I don't know if I'd be okay with that. Yeah, I just find it all interesting to read nonetheless. Yeah, even though yeah, I guess I'd say I'm an atheist. I still like reading about religions. Sad but true. The Crusades, for example, both sides basically worship the same god but fought each other anyway. Yeah. Basically, yeah, that's why there's certain negative aspects of religion like that, and there's a few good ones, but I mean, if you ask me, I feel like it's mainly negative. But, what can you do about it, right? Anyways, speaking of religion, Almir the Ascended one of the two human-born gods known to this day. There are two stories of the origins of Almir. The more common stories speak of a human born from a virgin mother, a mere mortal that had humble origins, but one that quickly rose to prominence because of his teachings. Unlike the warring kings and sultans of the time, Almir's ideal world united people of all different religions and ideologies under one umbrella. The power of the time wouldn't stand up for this and quickly had him arrested and sentenced for a public humiliation and eventual death on a cross. This only served Almir's purpose, making a martyr, and the pain he went through pushed him over the edge to ascension to the true God. That's also something I find interesting for the ascensions of gods in this game. I feel like the only way to ascend godhood is to... There's a few conditions that I have noticed. Now, one of them is having a parent of a false god and just a normal person, maybe, or maybe a prophesized person, or someone of importance, or maybe it's just a new god and a human, right? Because that is how one version of Almir was born, and that is how the god of fear and hunger was born. And then afterwards, those gods have to embody a pure concept without tainted.
Yeah, I'll feed you. No, let me just... Yeah, let me feed this little goat. Yeah, what, are you hungry? Oh, I am hungry. Great. Well, I have enough food to feed me for however long I am spending with these books. Let's see here. Back to Almir. The 2 stories of Virgin Almir, yeah. But yeah, as I was saying, those special people that were born under a new god and a human have to stay pure to a concept, just like how the old gods are pure concepts. Personally, I don't know what Almir embodies, or I don't remember what he really embodies. I guess humanity itself, huh? And the god of fear and hunger, she embodies the 2 concepts, well, yeah, fear and hunger itself. And a few other concepts and a few other things that the old god of the depths had. Yeah, but yeah. Unlike the Warring Kings, the powers at the time wouldn't stand up for this and quickly had him down. This only served, yeah. After his ascension, Almir returned to avenge his death. The bloodbath that ensued shook the world order and demolished the worship new gods at the time had been enjoying. The other version of Almir's origins tells how Sylvian, the older god of fertility, ordered a deity known as Vitruvia to create an architectural reprography of a man and a woman that would be to the likeness of Sylvian herself. Now you might notice, Vitruvia is a very familiar name. Well, that's because it is a reference, or... Yeah, it's basically a reference to, if you ever heard of it, the Vitruvian Man. You know, the Vitruvian Man, a famous drawing by Leonardo da Vinci from c. 1940, yeah, depicting a nude male figure inscribed in a circle and a square to illustrate the perfect human proportions described by the ancient Roman architect Vitruvius. That's referring to that. So, fun fact. The Vitruvian Man. Vitruvia, being the master architect, did just that. Sylvian fell in love with the results. She went on and created the mankind according to Vitruvia's drawings. At first, Vitruvia was amazed by the life Sylvian managed to usher into her design. However, over time, Vitruvia started to see small imperfections here and there. There's also... Yeah, Leo's forearms for, like, drawing. Yeah. This also interests me that Vitruvia... We don't know if she was a new god or a fellow old god. I think she might have just been an old or a new god of another species, because before humanity was lizard people. And that was like during the prehistoric age, so yeah, that's fun. Nothing bothered her more than the idea that her designs were anything but perfect, so she set out to create the perfect human being, the pinnacle of a man's potential. This being was born on the year Nile, and he's the one known as Almir today. On the surface level, these stories don't contradict with themselves too much, but on an ideological level, there are interesting differences. The other story tells how a mortal everyday man rose to rival the powers of older gods, while the other story makes Almir just one more creation of the higher powers. The truth might lie somewhere between these stories if you'd ask me. The Mark of Almir. It's very interesting. Oh yeah, that priest earlier, Hugo, he absolutely despises Enki and tries rewriting his Bibles. And what else do we got? I got Rare and I think Goroth are the last 2. Very much like the sun, the moon is one of the primordial entities, and thus it has lore and beliefs written since the dawn of time. This makes it difficult to separate facts from fiction and mad ramblings from hidden truths. Consistent details among the myriad of stories seem to hint of a god called Rare, also known as the trickster moon god. As the trickster god and the moon god. What I'm embarrassed about is that I called that drawing the Besiegio Man, which is actually Robin Williams' movie. That's kind of funny. The Besiegio Man. In the most ancient of writings, Rare is depicted as the god of the insane and those who succumb to the madness. His blessing to men is his moonlight, which is said to uncover the truth under the human filth, a truth that is often too much for a human mind to handle. It can be debated whether his version of the truth is more accurate than that of the human filth. Unlike many of the older gods, Rare's part in the greater scheme of things remain a mystery. Just looking at the night sky, you can see his presence in an eternal slumber. This makes his secrecy even more infuriating. He's literally hiding in plain sight. You're reading his Bible is fucked up, yeah, I know, right? Mark of Rare erases his path. I don't know, I think there is a sun god, which his name might be Amun. That is your Grogoroth. But yeah, let's actually look here. Fear and Hunger Amun. The Sun God Manifesto. We don't know much about Amun, other than he appears in the Enlightenment, which sounds about right for a, you know, a sun god. Because if Rare is all about insanity, then Amun would be all about enlightenment. What is this? Silly motive dilemma. Oh, interesting. Sun God Manifesto. Oh yeah, there's also the other thing too. Almir. So either Almir replaced Grogoroth, because in the first game, Grogoroth and Sylvian are gone. Or he took over the Sun God. The Sun God was also, I think, the king of Mahabharata, the city of the gods, so... Which then, you know... I don't know what the hell happened for Almir's ascension to create two gods. Being Almir and the Sulphur God. Twin sun situation. That'd be pretty interesting. But yeah, there's like maybe other three. I say this because there's a clock puzzle that shows like 3 other symbols, I think. And it's good for our last book, Grogoroth, the Destroyer of Man. He who ushers a new dawn with force and violence. Grogoroth is the other part of the most primal duality, creation and destruction, but the other doesn't exist without the other. The world's destruction is often associated with the evil of the world. This, of course, is foolishness. There's no room for new creation if the slate is not first burnt clean and empty. A man fears destruction. Man gets accustomed to peace and quiet. Man grows fat and afraid of change. Change is inevitable, just as Grogoroth. What one needs to understand is that the destruction is of pure kind. It does not target one man specifically. It just exists. Grogoroth is associated with the god of creation, Sylvian, and their child, the god of nature, Veniska. Another real-world-inspired idea. In Egyptian mythology, Haman was the deity who became Ra, Amon-Ra, the king of the gods, and also a sun god. Yeah. Basically. Grogoroth offers to mankind the blessing of blood magic. Constant sacrifices in his name will maintain the relationship. America, yeah. I think, I guess, when you think about it, Grogoroth is like the king of the gods, somewhat. I don't think we really know that, but as far as we know, he's the most prominent between all of them. Or at least more king-like than all of them. But yeah, we still have 3 unknown old gods. One of them being Amun. The sun, potentially the sun god, and since Fear and Hunger 3, I think it's gonna have vampires and stuff. And as we know about vampires, about them burning under sunlight, we might see Amun in that game, or have more references to Amun and who he was, and probably Rare as well. Because this game Because in Fear and Hunger 1, they don't even mention Rare. Well, they mention him a little bit, but they don't even talk about him as prevalently as in Termina. Speaking of Rare, we're gonna go fight the moon because, well, that's just what a Miso does, you know? In order to prepare for this fight, I will now inject a lot of heroin in my body because that's what you do. That's just what you do. But here you go. The book radiates light in every color of the spectrum. You feel like your journey has just begun, as if your existence since this very moment has been like watching someone else entirely. You feel a perspective shift in your surroundings, as if everything was to shrink, or perhaps you were to ascend higher. You gain better understanding of yourself. The link between your mind and body has started its deterioration. You feel closer to enlightenment. Very interesting. Alright, time to inject heroin. As one does in these trying times. Oh, no, I don't want to discard it. I want to use it. Oh, I can only use it in battle. Alright. Well, if it's original technically doesn't want a shot. Okay. You telling me I can't give heroin to the goat? Fine, whatever. So what if I get a heroin addiction? I only did it once. I'm sure it's fine. No, this is the moment I've been waiting for. And here's the moon god symbol. Did I mention that all the symbols of the gods are alchemical symbols? And how sulfur's... Well, the sulfur god is, well, the alchemical symbol for sulfur. I don't know what... I forgot what the other ones were. I guess I could look it up real quick. But first, let's fight the moon god. Well, we're gonna fight Hercules first. But, wow. What a shitty city. Hello, Hercules. I usually skip over this, but since you're here, I'll read it out for Boldor. Ah, you're finally here. Hercules greets you in a monotonous voice. Congratulations of the highest degree. I bow to your talents. You are the last survivor of the 14. You managed to excel where the others have failed. It truly is a remarkable feat, a Herculean task even. You are the champion of Termina, the festival to end all festivals. Yeah, I need to do any of this with your festival. No matter, I don't question nor even care about your motives. As promised, you are entitled to the grand prize. I'm not sure if Hercules is talking about prize or price here. A peak to grandeur and a chance to reach for the illustration heights. What does that even mean? I think explanations are finally in order. The moon god Rare is gone. I apologize for such an unpoetic manner of speech, but what you see in the sky is just a barren stone floating slowly into space. The festival of Termina is Rare's doing, that much is true, yes, but those powers are but faint traces left of his existence. Well, for a manifestation of the old gods, they're more like natural disasters and whatnot. Compared to when they were once actually here, a long time ago. Rare, much like the other older gods, left this world long time ago. You might still be able to harness some of their powers, but like the festival, it is just a faint voice from the past that grants you those gifts. Maybe that is evidence of their true strength, that even in their absence, and in some cases deaths, their powers still linger in this world. But without the consciousness behind these powers, their traces are nothing more than any other force of nature. There you go. A better description of what I said. That force is not there to help you, to harm you, or to be worshipped by you. It just exists. That leads me to you. Humans, the common people desperately putting their faith on these obsolete powers. They are ultimately alone in this world. There is no one looking after you if you were to return to that world. No one looking after you but plenty of forces ready to exploit you down to the bone. The world where you came from, where you were driven,
where they want you, and when they want you. Yeah, I think it's right. You were just another pawn in the greater scheme of things, just another fool led by the so-called new gods who are nothing more than dirty little sinners just like yourself. The only difference being that they devoured their way to the top of the pyramid before anyone else had a chance. What do you call the starvation and poverty the world has faced? Horrible occurrences in history that are inevitable bumps on the path of progress. What would you call the last two great wars where hundreds of thousands, no, millions perished? They are but part of the greater scheme, the sinners just pulling their strings from the grand hall they reside in to further establish their position. That is vile, if you ask me. I trust such powers to no man, do you? Maybe what they say about absolute power really is the absolute truth. Maybe order and peace truly are just a distant utopia. That is why we have chosen chaos. What you have gone through since your distant arrival on that fated day would seem that you are no stranger to chaos. One could even argue you revel in it whenever possible. My master certainly is pleased of what he has seen. A peak to grandeur and a chance to reach for the illustrious heights. They are gifts only offered to select few, those who possess the right traits. If you want to continue on this path of chaos as the champion of Termina, you are given the privilege to join us as equals. So, what do you say? Join us, return to the world where you came from as nothing more than a side note in untold history. Yeah. Oh, there's more lore. My master, yes. I know it sounds redundant to trade the worship of one god to another, trading snake oil for crack remedy. But my master promises freedom. Freedom like you never knew even existed. I know you yearn that. I can see it in your eyes. You wouldn't be standing here otherwise. Deep down, you know that you can never feel fulfillment. There's always something gnawing at you at the back of your head. You could have all the riches in the world, a harem of 50 lovers, admiration and respect. Yet that hollow echo would still emanate from within. Answer me honestly. Have you felt true joy since you were but a naive child? I do not mean the brief moments of happiness, but real joy. One that shines through even during your darkest hour. You do not need to answer. I know the answer. Humans were born to suffer. They possess the eternal hunger that will never be satisfied. To fuel themselves, they come up with rules and routine to help pass the time. An artificial sense of achievement, self-defined attributes to determine who is good, bad, successful, or a failure. Living in a cage of their own making, if you live in a cage, you are never free. You need to tear that prison down brick by brick. You must strip yourself of man-made morals and ethics. The rules and routine to pass the time, you must stop passing the time and jump straight to the end. Death awaits at the end, your only salvation. Witness death, deal death, and finally experience death. That is the only way. You do not want to go back as an empty shell. So, of course, you got two choices here. Either A, you join the Sulfur Cultists, which you have you fight Pericles, and then you, go to the Sulfur Pits where your soul gets eternally tortured and, burnt and tortured for eons, and then you come back as a sadistic murderer. I'm just supposed to delete that. But, yeah. So, that's cool. You could go into the pits and you'll just burn with Sulfur God and, yada yada. And then there's fighting him and then fighting the Moon God Rare, where you get your true character's ending, so... The Moon God, while gone, his traces remain strong. The Festival of Termina is a product of his intense jealousy. Like said before, an intense power without consciousness behind it is nothing but a raging force of nature, not that unlike a hurricane, an earthquake, or volcanic eruption. Thus, the festival itself lacks a greater purpose. We decided to give it one. The effect it has on people creates an ample opportunity to grow our ranks and shed blood for our master. For hundreds of years we have followed wherever the moon god took us, and we reaped his harvest instead. Living and breathing from the chaos that ensues. Of course, we strive for the illustrated heights mentioned many times over, but to get there, we must climb a mountain of slain sacrificial lambs. Well, I don't care about your goddamn Wagyu god, so, pity. Fight me! Have you seen the color blood takes under the moonlight? Such beautiful blend of pale red and sickly green drenched in cold hues of blue. Now, this fight is a bit hard, and using magic isn't the best idea because he can deflect your magic. So, of course, how can you defeat this boss in like 2 turns? Well, it's called having poison on you. Whoa, condensed hemlocked. He does a shit ton of damage as well. So, you know, that's fun. No, this is bleeding too, but yeah, I'm just gonna kill this nerd. Get the hell out of here. I don't care about you, you fucking fraud. Show me the moon. Impressive, very impressive indeed. Hercules is dead. Huh? Oh. I forgot that, I guess we're not fighting the moon. Okay, well. Ending B. Day 4. I forgot, you don't have to fight the moon, but I wanted to fight the moon, so... We'll do that again, I guess. The only soul that returned from that trip was you. You couldn't sleep after what you had witnessed in Perhevel. You knew too much about the universe and what horrors it hid in the darkness of the night. The endless void above in the sky taunted you. It laughed at you. You had finally realized how minuscule humans truly were in the grand scheme of things. Your insomnia almost drew you insane, but you had always been one to look for answers and solutions. Surely there was an answer to be found here, too. The moon had paid you a visit and gazed at you for a brief second. To ask for answers, you need to pay the moon god a visit, too. He took high positions in fields that studied space technology. Over the years, things started to advance, and only after a decade we were already getting ready to launch people to the moon. You'd get an audience with the moon soon. Not with ancient rituals or occult, but thanks to technology and human wit. Whether it was a good idea remains to be seen. There you go, that's Abella's ending. You go talk to the moon to get answers from it. So instead of a Cold War and the space race and whatnot, what you would do instead, or I guess in this timeline, if this is canon, is you get to go, Abella will want to talk with the moon. I guess I don't have to fight the moon, but I would have liked to. I guess we could try again to fight the moon god. Oh my god, it's taking long. And then there's the other ending where you meet the sulfur god, the funny Wagyu man himself. I guess we could do that one real quick, because all that takes is me killing Hercules. You know, I wish these credits were faster, but whatever. But I don't know if the moon god could really give us answers, truth be told, considering, well, he's long gone, but I guess his manifestation still can provide some answer to humanity. Chinese translate. I forget the Chinese translate. I forget the last Let it take off my hands, alright. Maybe I won't do it instead. I mean, it's not much. It's just a fight with the moon. You know, funny, the moon, when you fight him, he looks like a biblically accurate angel. Thanks for playing Abella. I didn't really fight the moon. I didn't really... Yeah, I'm gonna go yeah, nah. This title was me suggesting that I would go fight the funny moon. I might as well just fight the funny moon. Alright, time to heroin it. Oh, I already had heroin. Oops. I'm gonna go fight the moon again. I'm not getting out of here. I'm not ending stream until I fight that damn moon. Causing me all these damn troubles. Famous, so watch the rest later. Alright. Wow, what a shitty city. Hey, Berkeley's, I'm gonna beat your moon. Yes, yes. Yeah, the moon god is gone. He's dead. He's not dead, but he just left. He was like, nah, I'm out of here. It's kind of funny. Yes, yes, you chose chaos. I don't care about your damn... Whoa. Something that's some mediocrity. But you're away. You see, I have followed your journey since the beginning, and I've slowly come to the conclusion that I simply hate your existence. Absolutely detest your guts. I can't stand the sight of you. This is strictly personal between you and me. Yeah, well, fuck you too, buddy. I didn't like you either. Have you seen the color? Have you seen this poison hemlock, nerd? Ouch. Gain my health back. Impressive, very impressive indeed. Hey, is the moon not gonna... Really? Okay, fucking... do I have to do this on the third day? How to fight through the moon god. Let's see. I really have to do this on the third day. Ah, that's on day 3. Well, I'm honestly pretty lazy. Well, I guess we're not fighting the moon god, or because I'm just lazy. Well, whatever. What can you do about it? I would have won. Anyways, but... I guess I could choose a stream name, huh? I guess I can cheat on that.
The moon has answers. Well, anyways, I guess that ends stream, really. Thank you guys for watching. Another ending under, on my belt. Now that all that is left is Dan, and then the hardest difficulties where it's on day 3 and I have to deal with that. Maybe it'll give me a challenge, and maybe I'll do all of that before the update comes, which I don't know when that update's coming. So thank you guys for watching. I'll probably stream tomorrow. Don't know what though, honestly. Probably should finish Inscription. That is something I should finish up. But other than that, I'll see you around.